Okay, I want to take you through the new A360 team user interface. So what we have here is a brand new interface. You can switch to it by going to your home screen here and doing your drop down, and you can see the new user interface. I won't do this right now, I'm just showing the new interface, but you can go back and go back to your old A360 interface. So what we've got here is my activity feed here on the right, pinned, all owned by me, shared with me and archived up here, and then this is the pinned project. So if I go all, you'll see more pinned, and I'm going to click on C4R demo. I have some wiki pages here, my presentations, workflow videos, and I'm going to get straight into not my workflow videos, straight into my sample house for the architecture file, loading up, little thumbnail. And what you're going to see here is a slightly cleaner interface. So you've got views, these are the views that are published from Revit, and then the sheets are published from Revit as well. They're all, when I go to push from collaboration for Revit to A360, they come out clean here in this new interface. We're on version 4. You can see I can roll back to previous versions. I won't do that right now, but we're on version 4. Over here we have a few other tools, comments, sharing, and downloading the folder, and then that's your overview. So not much has changed too much in here in terms of the navigation. You've got first person navigation, so I guess you can click on that and it will take you to a certain point. So kind of nice and easy to navigate around the model in first person if you want that perspective. There's a few settings over here in terms of the different types of display. No new ones here at the moment. I'm just going to leave it on photo booth. So let's just zoom out a little bit, and we will look at some of the new ones. So I'll just take you through the basics. So there's 6 views here. You can see in the model, that's the model hierarchy. The 3D arrangement here, we have the sections that come under the views. So section 1. Let's see. Okay, that's the root of the section. So the views, yeah, so it's the 2D views extracted, different views of the model. And you can see here there's a few other tools. Our comment and markup is working, and our measure should be working as well. So we'll have a look at a bit of a messy junction here. You can select on these objects and you can read the properties of the objects. So you can see here, it's not reading the properties, but it is reading the elevation at the bottom and the elevation at the top. So let's just do a quick markup, and we'll just use the pen tool here, and we'll do a little revision cloud, and we'll add a revision cloud and a note. Please confirm SE spec, and we will go and return. And that should allow us to move it as well. So here we go, just make it nice and tidier. Don't need any other tools, but you can see here I can even add different colors as well. Okay, maybe another bit of text could be check with plumbing. That can be noted in green. Okay, and we'll just move that to here as well. Okay, so that's all done, and we want to now go and save that. And now we have that saved to the project. So it's not showing directly in that view there, but it is showing as a screenshot on the project. So as we zoom out, that's interesting. As we zoom out, it disappears, kind of like a Navisworks application. So okay, so we'll zoom out again and we'll have a look at some measurements. So we've got our measurement tools here, and now when this one comes up, just going to turn the comments off. When this comes up, there's a few more tools to actually show object to object. So this was actually working better in the previous version. So if you want to do measurements, you can measure maybe the distance between those worktops. So it's 1.5 meters, pretty accurate down here to 3 decimal places at the end. So you can probably go to your settings here and turn that precision to just 0, and let's measure maybe the distance between the worktop and the hood, and you can see that's a meter. So that's probably a bit too much. So what we can do here is we can add a markup, and please set hood to 600 to 700 above hobs, and we will add a revision cloud, and I'm not going to worry too much about the color right now, but you get the idea. Go save, and that is saving. You can see it coming across here. Hopefully it's saving, so let's just go to those markups again. There we go. Alright, so that's there. And again, this is the new user interface, so you have to take it with a pinch of salt. There we go. There we go. Okay, so nice and simple there, and layer manager, because we're working in Revit, it's not going to give us too much to do with the layers here. In fact, if I just pull across, no, the layer manager's not liking me. And then finally, if we go to the sheets, and we'll just look at, we've got a level 2 plan, and we do have both the tools here for measure. So even in the sheets, it looks like we can measure up. So we'll just do something simple between grid to grid, and that is correct, 3 meters. And of course, I can go to those settings and adjust the type of measurements I want to do, and then add your markups or comment on a point. So I'll just do comment on a point. Is grid okay for prefab shipping, for example? Post that. And that seems to come up okay, so we'll just do maybe one more. That's just the comment associated with that. So there you go, that's the new interface. Last thing to do is just to do something like to roll back to a previous version. So let's go back and see what happens here. It's going to take us back to version 3 of 4. And you can see one of the earlier versions and what was published, what wasn't published. If there were comments made on this one, I don't think I did do any comments on this one. Roll back to version 2 of 4. And maybe the original version here. Okay, so there were no comments made on these earlier ones here. So roll back to version 4, and my comments are still there. Okay, so that's the new user interface and some of the key differences in the application when going from the old A360 team to the new user interface. Please check it out.